wherefore art thou, Romeo? And as I saw them whose their name Orpheus, and I will not but be sworn my love shall forever be a Capulet. More, or shall I speak at this? My name that is my enemy, thou art thyself the not a Montague. What is Montague to nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man? Oh, but a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, so Romeo calls to retain that fierce affection which he owes without that title.
We are here to tell you a little bit about like the costume. So,
what do you think of Shakespearean costumes? We didn't have very good ones in our play, but it's fine. Do you ever wonder why people dress like that in the old days? If you want to know the origin of Shakespeare's costumes, well, we're here to tell you why.
I'm Melissa, and I'll be explaining Juliet's costume.
And I'm Juliet, and I'll be explaining Romeo's costume.
Juliet, in most cases of Romeo and Juliet, would wear a dress with large puffy shoulders and a large skirt part of the dress. Women of higher class would normally wear dresses like this, so this would imply that Juliet was part of a rich family, the Capulets.
Romeo, in most cases, would wear a long-sleeve shirt with excess cloth around the wrists and have tight cuffs to make it look droopy or puffy. This is more of a fashion for higher class men, which should lead you to see that he was part of the family of the Montagues.
Clothing for the women in the Elizabethan time usually show their class. Say if they were rich, they had fancier clothing, but if they were poor, it would be worse quality and not as colorful.
Men's clothing was also a lot like women's in the sense that the richer they were, the more colorful the outfit would be.
In the olden days, so when Romeo and Juliet
was like made,
people's clothing wasn't most colorful unless they were wealthy. Poor people didn't really have variety of color. Sorry if I said that wrong. It's just unlike families like Juliet's and Romeo's.
Poor people didn't really get colorful clothing because it costed a lot to make dyes and to dye clothing, because it would like cost the amount for the normal clothing item plus however much it took to dye it.
Now we will show you a reenacting scene of a more modern Romeo and Juliet performed by us. Hey Juliet.
Hey Romeo.
So how are you this evening?
I'm okay. You?
I'm okay.
Oh, well, that's good.
I kind of just, you wanna maybe hang out?
I love to, but I can't. I don't have an outfit and my phone's about to die, so I have to go. Bye.
Wait, I have to... So you see how our clothing changes and how people feel about how time changes?
In those times, they never had to care because they wouldn't all have the same outfit, but they would only have one or a few very similar outfits.
But in our time, we have to find an outfit to wear, and sometimes we would change it.
So we're just gonna sum up our questions, and this is what they were. Where did Shakespeare's clothing designs originate from?
Shakespeare's clothing designs originated from the clothing that was worn at the time of the Elizabethan time clothing. Now, for the second question. Why did people dress how they did in the Elizabethan era?
People dressed how they did in the Elizabethan era to show their class. So higher class people would have nicer clothes as stated before.
So Romeo and Juliet had nicer clothing, which means they were most likely wealthy. And if they were poor, they wouldn't have as much quality in their clothing as they would.
This was nice.